What's up, y'all? This is the Curious One, and we're here kicking it at the Ugly Table. Uh, just got in my barbecue figure today, so we're going to be taking a look at him. Now, as a kid, he was not one of my favorite characters. I believe my cousin had him, and to be honest with you, I think we always pretended like he had a flamethrower. Uh, but being how some of these figures can be difficult to get your hands on, when he did come up for pre-order, I went ahead and grabbed myself one. And to be honest with you, just looking at it in the box, I'm actually happy that I did. There's definitely some things going on here that I really like. One of the things being is black and orange are my favorite colors. So yeah, I mean, that's definitely a plus. All right, so let's go ahead and start with this package. Of course, it's got a nice big window so you can see the figure and all of his accessories. Got a number 4 up here on the top, 4 plus. Got a warning, do not feed this to small children. Over here we got the dreaded Cobra Island. It does seem to be getting better, but just hearing Cobra Island makes me tense up. We got the G.I. Joe Classified series. Got a little Hasbro down here in the corner. Got a Gabriel Barbecue Kelly. Got some pretty nice looking artwork of him here in the corner. And here we got some more artwork. The barbecue from the front is continued onto this side with a collage, I guess, of him in the background. Still looking really nice. Artwork does look good. On the back we have the dreaded Cobra Island with the 2 portions enlarged, just like on any of the figures that are this size. Of course, on the Baroness and Coil, the box is bigger, so there's a little bit more going on there. I assume that it's going to be the same with Breaker. I still haven't managed to get a pre-order for him. And to be honest with you, I'm just not willing to spend the money that the scalpers want in order to get it. So hopefully there's going to be a second chance for everybody, any of us that have not received one yet. I know I have gotten a hold of almost every figure. I think Breaker is the only exception, to be honest with you. And I only have one of the Target exclusive. Is it Trooper or Infantry? I can't remember now. I think Troopers. I only have one of him, and I wanted 4. So that kind of peeves me, but we do have the new Cobra Officer coming out, so hopefully there'll be enough for everybody to get a couple of them, you know what I mean? With Army Builders, you really need, at the minimum, 2. I like 4. I think a 4-man squad is good, so that's usually what I shoot for. And then, yeah, with the Cobra Vipers, I only got 2. I wanted 4, but we do have the Python Patrol Vipers that are coming, and I managed to get 3 so far. Hopefully there'll be a chance for me to grab a 4th one. Possibly a 5th one, because I still have this zombie Viper head. But I am very hesitant to take one of my only 2 Vipers and turn him into a zombie, because I mean, I could just plop this head onto a body and call it good enough, but I actually would like to do some work to the body and make him look more like a zombie. So then down here we have the Cobra Island. Again, we got the attention, don't feed it to small children, in a bunch of different languages. Got a little GIJoe.com right there, and that's going to come up. That's going to be useful for you here in a little bit, probably. Got a Hasbro, got another don't feed this to small children down there at the bottom. So on this side we have the file card. If you look at it closely, you can tell that it does actually look like a file. It's got his name here, but if you look at it, the name is going to be upside down. According to the way files go in a filing cabinet, his name would be upside down. But whatever, it's just, packaging. Got a star up here and then you have these icons here. And if you go to gijoe.com, which you just saw on the back of the package, you can look these up and see what all these attributes mean. I'm going to say that he's armored up. He's good with bladed weapons. He's a chemist and a medic. I think I'm probably fairly close on those ones, to be honest with you. Usually I just try to make them funny, but I think those are pretty close. Then we got a number 32 down here, got another G.I. Joe. Now on the top, we got the star, we got the window continued, we got the clear hook, and we got a 32. As you can tell, I did not actually get this off of pegs. I ordered him straight from Target and had him shipped straight to my door. So that's why he has never been hung. Down here we have some legalese. Got your skew there in case you need it for something. But I think that's something that people that are, you know, in the islands show, so that somehow people can use the skew and find stuff when they're living in the further countries out or in America. I don't really know, but I know I've seen people show it, so I just show it too. And then down here we have it is made in China, and China is asshole. So now that we got the packaging out of the way, let's go ahead and open this motherfucker up and see what he's got in there. I think I'm gonna like this one, even though he was never one of my favorite figures, to be honest with you. I believe I've already said that. We went over the flamethrower. Yeah, I probably will try to find some fire effects and make it a flamethrower, to be honest with you, because when you say barbecue, G.I. Joe barbecue, he's not really somebody that I'm like, oh yeah, I really need that on my shelf. But he's G.I. Joe, and it's been so long since I've collected G.I. Joe, and then I missed out on like all the 4-inch figures, the majority of them anyways. I've purchased some since then, but at the time I was very low on money, and you know, I'd pick up a figure here and there occasionally, but toys weren't really what's on my mind at the time, so I did pass over all of those. Yeah, well, why don't I shut the fuck up and we'll go ahead and open up this box. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to look at is the insert. Now, I show you guys these because if you don't make dioramas, if you just want a backdrop that you can pose up your figure, you know, and, you know, hey. So you can pose up your figure and take some pictures or something like that. You just want something quick and easy. Sometimes those will work for you. Other times, if you have small shelves, maybe you can use them to cover up your wires. I'm doing that on the ghetto shelf upstairs. I'm also using some of the black and a white Arashikage from the movie figures on my one of my Snake Eyes shelves right now as just a placeholder until I get around to building something for it. And then on my Articulated Icons Ninja shelf, I'm using the inserts from those figures to just have a backdrop, something that's, you know, something that looks better than, you know, just the texture of your wall. You know what I'm saying? So if that's something you want to do, that's something you can do. Let me see if I can find it real fast. So Barbecue is going to be a good guy. He's going to be a Joe. So he's going to come with the blue insert. And then your bad guy characters will come with the red if, you know, they're Cobra Island figures. So I think I rambled a little bit too much on those, but you know what I'm saying. Alright, so let me just say real quick, of course the backdrop that I'm using right now is pink insulation foam, which I use to make dioramas. This is my fifth diorama I've ever made. I'm making one this size for, I'm going to make one this size for 6 sections of my shelf. The first two that I made were a lot smaller. They were on the ghetto shelf. Um, and as you can see, there is a lot of issues. But I want to tell you, like, if you're just starting off, uh, don't get discouraged if you make a few mistakes. These mistakes that I made, they're because I'm doing it drunk, and it's past time for me to go to bed. So I'm like trying to hurry up, like, fuck, I gotta work in the morning. Let me try to do this real quick. I screw up stuff. There's gonna be some issues, you know what I mean? Uh, but I honestly think that I can fix that. Don't worry too much, you know what I mean? You only get better by practicing, and go ahead and practice. It's it's fun, it's creative. I like doing it. And if you collect figures, I think you probably would enjoy this as well. And you don't have to have a whole lot of artistic ability. To be honest with you, a lot of it is just measurements and cutting. Um, I definitely recommend everybody try it. It is uh, therapeutic. So, anyways, let's get back to the figure. So, here he is with all of his accessories, and I gotta tell you, he does look really cool. Even for a figure that wasn't excited about, you know what I mean? I literally only got him because he was a Joe, and I don't. At the time, I was like, well, I don't. How long is this line gonna last? Are they gonna fall apart? What are they gonna give us? There are a few figures that I wasn't all that excited about that I went ahead and picked up anyways, just because like it's Joe. They're hard to get. I need to grab them, and this is one of them. But I am glad that I grabbed him because he does look really cool. There are some issues, and I'm gonna show them to you guys. And it does kind of horrify me, but to be honest with you, just the looks of him, like, he looks like a fucking badass. You know what I mean? Like, he does. He looks like a fucking badass. Some of the details that they put on him as well are really good. I have zero complaints with the look of the figure. Um, I can't. It's been so many years since I've seen the original, and to be honest with you, I didn't Google him before I started doing this video. So, like, how accurate is he to the original? I don't know. I can't tell you. Like I said, I do remember playing with him as a kid, but he was not one of my figures. He was my cousin's figure. You know, so uh, mm, there is the lefty issue again. But you also have to look like which is going to be his primary weapon. Is it going to be his axe, which he's going to use to break in doors and windows and, you know, chop chop motherfuckers, or is it going to be his fire extinguisher? I'm going to say that this is going to be his secondary weapon, but I do have to tell you, there are a lot of lefties in this line, and I'm really not sure why. Don't get me wrong, I know there are left-handed people in this world. Uh, my mother is a left-handed, and as a kid, I was actually ambidextrous, blah blah blah, in certain things, because I would see my mother do something with her left hand, and then I would learn how to do it with my left hand, and I would see, well, of course, I'm just right-handed, so that plus seeing my father do things right-handed, I could, with a lot of things, I could use either hand to do so. But I think they're kind of, there's too much representation in this line, to be honest with you. I think the majority of the people on the planet are actually right-handed, and you know, throw in a lefty here and there, but there seems to be a lot in this line for some reason. Okay, so let's do a close-up. So here's his helmet, looking nice. Uh, Okay, yeah, I thought that was a mistake. Well, there's a slight mistake, but that's not big enough for me to complain about. Not big enough for me to complain about. You see that tiny little sliver of silver? I'm not going to complain about that. Got some vents up there, got some rivets there, got ear holes, some black goggles, silver face mask. As you can see, he's got a hose there, so it's just on that one side. I'm assuming that's how he's getting oxygen while he's running through a smoke-filled building. Got some armor going across his shoulders. Continues onto his actual shoulders. Got a oxygen container there. Got a little doodaddy to tell you how full he is, how much oxygen is left. Down here, I'm gonna say that those are magazine carriers. I'm not exactly sure what he's using those for because I don't believe he comes with a firearm. He does not have a firearm, but and then his belt is actually part of his vest, if you can see that. This is all part of his vest. So then he's got some pouches there, got some red elbow. Why the fuck did I just play the things that, the things. He's got some red, the things. And then over here he's got some type of gauge. I'm not really sure what that is. Maybe that's a homage to the old character or the old figure. I can't remember. Unfortunately, here I do have a fuck up on the black. As you can see, it's kind of missing right there. And this is something that I just noticed through the screen. And yeah, that does look like a spot of paint. But I could probably get that off of there. This is kind of like a gray. This stuff here is going to be a black. His gloves have both black and gray. I don't know, with my shitty lighting, I don't know if you can see that. But he does have some nice detail here on his gauntlets. Then he has like the texture from the Cobra Viper there with some red. It's not literally from the Cobra Vipers, so don't take it literally, alright? He's got an armor plate on the back of his glove. Looks like he has some other protective plates on his gloves as well. Let's see if we can get this to focus. Yeah. So he's got kind of armored gloves. Get down here to his crotch plate. Let's see, he's got that. A really nice looking orange color. Now when I said that my favorite colors are black and orange, I also like a lot of different colors of orange. And both of the colors of orange on this figure are really nice looking to me. Got a design that goes down his butt. It also continues down onto his legs. Down up to there. Then goes back up. Pretty cool. Got some red knee pads in case he needs to make some extra money. Do have exposed knee pegs, which I don't really complain about that type of stuff that much, to be honest with you, because I know that they're toys. And I mean, would it be nice if there were no peg holes? Yeah. Would it make it easy for people to customize? I'm not sure. I haven't really. I mean, I know how to pop these out, but I've never done it for a figure. I might actually do it for my Arctic Blowjob Storm Shadow, because I hate the fact that he doesn't have boot cuts. I might try to figure out something to do with him too. I might end up having to buy fuckload of these fucking black on black snake eyes to fix some things that I don't like about some of the figures that I have. Oof, it'll be pricey. So while we're talking about that, yes sir, he does have the boot cuts. So that is a good thing. Now, these boots do look familiar to me, but I'm not positive. I'm not one of those people that look really, really hard and go like, hey, can I, is this reused from something? I'm just not that person. Down here we have like a serial number or something like that, some other stuff. Got a peg hole, got the design on the bottom of the boots. Boots don't look too bananaed. And then of course we have a China is asshole right there. You see that? It says China is asshole. So that's pretty cool. Now, no, we'll do his accessories first. So he's gonna come with the backpack. It's gonna have some chemicals, got chemical warnings, and this is gonna be what he uses to extinguish fires. Got a hook there to hold one of his 2 axes. Then we have the fire extinguisher, which, as I told you, I believe I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find a fire effect that will look like a flamethrower. See if I can attach it on there somehow, because I just think that would be way cooler. Then he has the small axe. It has some nice silver paint on there, some pretty cool details. Nice looking. Got a pummel. Also has knuckle guards, like a brass knuckles, in case you need to make somebody's head mushy. Need to put a mushy spot in somebody's dome, in their pumpkin. Then over here is going to be his big axe. Nice pick on the side, on the back. Some good details. A little bit of silver paint on the edge. A little bit of use, like some damage on the blades on either of these would look good, but they also look good just the way they are. It all depends on, do you want him to be the guy that takes really, really good care of his tools, or did he just smash his way through a building so you need some damage on there? I don't know. Either way, if you want some damage on there, that's not a hard thing to do. You can do that. Then comes with the rubber hose. Now the rubber hose is going to connect from your backpack to your fire extinguisher, and you can also use this to get the person responsible for not giving the Spider-Man 3 hands. You can drag that guy out back by the dumpster and use this to fucking beat the shit out of him. Now, of course, guys, I'm joking, but also, like, seriously, 3 hands for every Spider-Man. If you want to put them on the bodies I don't like, okay, fine. But if you give them 2 hands, like, I'm pretty much out. I think, like, I'm going to go ahead and finish the pre-orders that I have, but I'm going to definitely be looking like, is this the retro body? Does it have all 3 hands from now on? Now, will there be times that I'll go in because it's a Spider-Man that maybe we won't get again for a while? There's a possibility, but a lot of them I'm probably going to nope out on. Alright, y'all, so unfortunately I do have to tell you that my figure did come bugged up. This is something that we have seen from this series many of times. There's just fucking issues, lots of issues. Like the the sheath that doesn't work, that doesn't fit his knife, the fact that he hula dances. We got the blowjob, Arctic Mission Storm Shadow. We have a lot of figures that have really weak ab crunches where they can hula dance or give fucking blowjobs, and there's hand job elbows and just lots of issues. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this. Very, very weak hip joints, and he also does hula dance at his waist. I think the vest is probably saving the ab crunch, because you can't use the ab crunch because the vest covers it all up. But yeah, that's very disappointing. I'm not sure. Hey, if y'all know how to repair these, brand new figures that come janky as shit, please put up some videos. Please direct me to some videos, because I am new to collecting. Again, I did collect a lot as a kid, but I'm even newer to customizing, and I'm newer even still to fixing figures. So if you guys know how to pop everything on these and repair some of the janky shit that they give us, I would really appreciate that. Please hit me up. So we're getting pretty long here, so I'm gonna try to do the articulation really quick, and then we'll go ahead and give you a turnaround with him with everything on. So he's going to be able to look up about that far. He's on a ball and a disc, I believe, in there, and then there's also a ball joint down there at the neck. But because of the vest, you're not going to get the full articulation out of it, but you do get a lot. Very nice. You can head bang. So you're going to get about that much up. Going to get about that much down because of his vest, and then you can turn all the way around. Get a lot of head pivot. Some of that is neck, some of that is the ball joint. Very nice. Now this guy is brand new, and I haven't played with him a ton, but you're going to get about that far on your T-pose. You're going to have a bicep swivel. You do have a butterfly joint in there. Now, I have noticed that the butterfly joints on the classified work a lot more going backwards, which I'm not going to hate on it. I would like a little bit more forward, but the backward, sometimes when you're doing some type of pose, you do need him, like if he's throwing a punch, that helps out a lot. So that's always good. Bicep swivel, which I believe I mentioned. Got a double jointed elbow. Got a swivel at the wrist. And this one is going to go up and down. On this side, is an up and down as well. Then, of course, at your waist, you're going to have an ab crunch, but that's not going to do you any good because of the vest. Underneath that, I'm gonna say it's a stationary ball peg that goes up into the chest, so you're gonna be able to get some rotation and a little bit of forward and back, side to side a little bit. And then here you're going to have some drop down legs, so you can drop those down, hopefully get you a little bit more movement. You're going to be able to kick up that far, which is not too bad. Not too bad. Alright, so then you're going to be able to go back that far because of the booty sculpt. You're not going to get a ton out of it. You can fudge it a little bit. Drop the leg and you'll be able to kick up that far, which is not too bad. And you're gonna be able to kick back. I don't want to fudge it. We're gonna try to get it right. So you should get about that much kickback. Then you're gonna have double jointed knees, and you can force him to kick himself into booties. Let's see, the boot cut that I already mentioned. Love that. Let's see how far. We're gonna get about that much up. A whole lot of down. Really nice. He could do ballet. Then you're gonna get the ankle pivot. So yeah, not too bad of articulation. I'm still not the hugest fan on the way a lot of these backpacks look when they're on there. In fact, if you were to look at my shelf, you'd find it hard to find any of my figures wearing their backpack except for, I believe, Zartan, because I just don't like the way they fit. I think that's something that they could have done better. So as you can see, the holster does work. One thing that I remember back in the 80s is the hose is always difficult to try to get posed in a decent looking way, but it's just part of how it works. You know what? In fact, you could probably turn this upside down if you wanted to. I may have it upside down. I don't think so, because the hose... I think this is right, but I could be wrong. You guys can play around with that. Oh no, you wouldn't be able... Would you? Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. No, I definitely got it the right way. Pretty sure anyways. I don't think they would do that. Okay. So yes, holster does work, does hold it. So that's good to go. Does have a place for both the small axe and the big axe. I also may have this in here in a weird way. I don't know. I think that's the way it goes. This is kind of like just a push it through. So the other way I tried to connect it, it did have a tendency to want to fall out. This seems to hold very well, so I'm thinking that's how it works. There's also place for the axe if you want the axe head upwards. I'm pretty sure you can do that. Did I mention that he does hold the fire extinguisher pretty well? And there is a peg hole in the front for effects. And here you go, guys. This should tell you that he does hold all of his weapons very well. They all can be stored on his body. So, get up, lazy. Why does Alec Baldwin keep shooting all my actors? Okay, there we go. So, as far as the look goes, even for him not being one of my favorite figures, one of my favorite characters, I do really like it. I do think that it's fucking badass. Some of the stuff is reuse, I think, like the knee pads, the elbow pads, you know, but that stuff happens. Possibly the boots. I'm not a real stickler. I don't like look. But yeah, I think he looks really fucking cool. Now the hips and the waist, it's garbage. Like, it's garbage. They screwed the pooch on that. But the overall look of the figure is great. As you can see, not the greatest comparison. I don't do the greatest comparisons, so if that's what you're here for, you're kind of shit out of luck. But there's the movie Snake Eyes. There's your black on black Snake Eyes. And because he seems to be a bigger figure, we'll go ahead and give you the Milky Way. So, yeah. If it wasn't for those joint issues, I would give him a 10 out of 10. And that's for him not being one of my favorite characters. Like, I think this figure is really fucking cool, but with the issues that plague this series, I don't know. He's still a really good figure. I still really like him. Oh, I just noticed something that I did not tell you. So you're gonna have gray there at the joint. You see that? Yeah, not that big of a deal. It's just what color that those were molded at. But it is something that you're gonna, if you're taking pictures and stuff, that might be something that you want to try to hide, just for your, just so you know. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. But yeah, if it wasn't for the issues, it would be a fucking amazing figure. But he is still cool. I'm sorry for going so long. This is a very, very long video, but it's a G.I. Joe, so I was really excited about it. So, anyways, I think we're done. I think I talked your ear off. Y'all have a good night. Y'all try to stay out of trouble. Y'all take it easy, alright? Peace.